I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and the name I have to use is Peggy Ann Dempsey. I'm married to Childers. I've been shut down now for a few days, and my videos haven't gone up, and I'm really had a rough time. I'm going to try to make sure this goes up, and it's not well made. Like I just now hoping I can get this up. Um, my internet access has been shut down, plus some other things going on that I can't do anything about. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I got a little of this message of what's happened to me. Um, I have lived over the years. I'm allergic to chemicals and have a disorder when I'm around toxic fumes. Forced inhaling is really it. Then I get very sick. My immune system attacks itself. So I have an autoimmune disorder. So I wanted to show this because this became ridiculous. First of all, I want to show this because they were doing the roof and there was a lot going on the roof using things I'm allergic to. So I had to go to urgent care. I couldn't get to my other doctor, and she doesn't prescribe antibiotics anyway, very seldom. I had an bacterial ear, and she couldn't get me into ear doctor. So she did give me, this year and a half ago, she did give me some antibiotic for that till I could get to him. So anyway, I want to just get to this. This is medicine I went to on a Saturday, and the doctor saw me, and I totally believe he prescribed the right medicine. It was right diagnosis. I'm not trying to do anything but show. The name of this is, it's spelled MACROBID, and it's for well, anyway, I don't want to spill that. I didn't know I was going to get, I think I can get this up, I'm not sure. Hope you can see it. It's important to me, it should be to a lot of people. Anyway, the medication is an antibiotic used to treat bladder infections, acute cystitis. Now, this doctor prescribed it at urgent care, and I liked him. I believe he totally, I used to work for doctors. I'm not totally dumb, for quite a while, and did a book and all this, finding out about my kidnapping and all that. And right now I can't hear because that's been a year and a half ago when I had the bacterial ear infection, and I've lost a lot of hearing. And now then this is my bladder. But this doctor, as far as I know, prescribed and diagnosed me right. The problem was when he called it in to Walmart, I waited around. They said it was on back order, and they'd try to find a store that had it for me, pharmacy. Finally, we got back to Kroger, where I usually go at Hollins. They'd called there first, said they didn't have it, and now suddenly, an hour later, or not even that long, they've got it. So I had to wait a few days to go. I have to schedule rides. So this is on a Saturday. I go on a Tuesday. Now it says one of the side effects can be death. So I had 14 pills, and I have 10, I believe, left that I didn't take because I got really sick. I couldn't tell after I took, I guess it was 4 of them. I couldn't tell if it was what they were doing off on the roof that I was having a real worse reaction to that, and they were doing mulching right in front, putting it down, and it was wet. So I stopped taking them because I really didn't know. So anyway, I the doctor told me that when I left that day and he prescribed this, he said that I should follow up with my primary care. Now, putting this up because this is so ridiculous, and I don't know what's going on totally here, but since 2009, I've been seeing her, and I've always gone in, or usually for a 6-month checkup. She always does a blood lab work, and her nurse checks my temperature and blood pressure. She checks my lungs, and that's about the extent of it. And prescribes medicine, which is the only thing I've taken is all these years, and that can be checked out. When I had shingles, I believe they gave me an antibiotic. I'm not sure, and I get the flu shots. Other than that, the Nambutone for the inflammation caused by toxic fumes, which can tear my liver apart. Any part of my body, it's affected my heart. I have a heart arrhythmia now. So it's not funny. And the black mold has really bothered me, and I've tried to put this up, so I'm not going to get into that tonight. I just wanted to put this up. I made an appointment with her, and I'd had to cancel one in March, be on a Wednesday because of the sleet and snow, which was kind of odd, but weather's bad everywhere now. So anyway, I had to cancel that one. Well, it turned out that the driver didn't have me down anyway. So now I have to reschedule it, and this was on the March the 29th. And I went in there, and there was no misunderstanding. Some of this I'm going to have to leave out. It's so unbelievable, really. I can see people now. But it was for the 6-month checkup where blood should have been taken. In this case, urine should have been taken because this doctor had taken a urine, and you have to see, get that analysis done because it's your bladder with a bacterial infection. So now then, I go in and I pay a little bit what I could on my bill, and it's got reason, I didn't even notice this, reason for visit is hemorrhoids. That wasn't the reason for the visit. When I made this appointment, at the end of it, I said if she could. There was no misunderstanding. I need to tell her about, I've got hemorrhoids that are bleeding. So she hardly even mentioned that, and she didn't do the blood, and I said, why? So I just went there for, I don't know, I needed to see her because I needed my medicine for inflammation, and I think she called in the one for high blood pressure. That's all I take, other than occasionally I take meclizine because the chemicals, if I get around them, they make me dizzy. I have vertigo. So now then, I leave and ask her, can she call in? Because the last, which I need so bad for the inflammation, is the Nambutone that she cut down to hardly squat. So in the last one she prescribed, it was weird. It said it cannot be refilled. And she cut it down to 20 a month, where it was cut down to, and you don't cut this down, I don't think. As you get older, you get aches and pains and inflammation in joints anyway, and I happen to have a worse because it's autoimmune and it causes the inflammation. Anyway, it said that I couldn't get it refilled until sometime in 2020. Can you believe that? So now that I'm go in and I ask the nurse to call it in, and I'm gonna leave out all of this. It turned into a fiasco. Just trying to get the medicine. It was I'm not even gonna say I did on the other video. It didn't go up because all this crap I'm going through with the internet access. Anyway, she did say to me, I showed her these pills that I did not take and told her why, but she didn't even look at them. She said, well, I talked with the doctor, and she says, he told me that you didn't have the bacterial. I thought, oh, well, I said to her, I did say this. I said, you mean to tell me he prescribed medicine that a side effect can be death, and that's not what I had? I said, I certainly believe that the diagnosis was correct. Well, by all means, she should follow it up and at least done a urine analysis. She didn't even do the blood, which is what's required every time I've gone there on a 6-month checkup. Well, I don't go there that often over the years. But anyway, she didn't do that. And then when she finally did call in for the Nambutone, I called in a salve, and instead of calling it in, she called it in. I forgot what was said, but I couldn't get it. But she gave me another pill that, because she wanted that salve because it's not taken by mouth. So you don't, I don't know. It's kind of a little silly. The point is that she gave it to me over the years to put on my knees, inflammation, because it's not like a pill, having to take a pill and having side effects. So now then, she put that one on there, but said something about my insurance didn't cover it. At the same token, Kroger read it to me twice, so I know what she called in. She called in that medicine, the salve has a pill you can take. But now, here she's told me, she gave me the salve over the years for that reason, so it wasn't swallowed. And now she's not giving me that, and she's giving me pills, and I'm to take them every other day with the Nambutone. And she's cut it down. Well, that is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard of. And then when I called back, tried to get the prescription number, because my insurance would not pay for the pills, you can guess. This is the way it was. So I go back to urgent care, and I think I'm getting the same doctor back. And I had wrote a letter and told him about my visit and what happened to the pills I couldn't take. So I'm still sick. My hearing is like sunk in my head, and I totally believe I do have that bladder bacterial. I know I do. It should have at least been checked out again. But here's the deal. She told me she talked to my gynecologist, and usually she's never done this, and she never, I can't even explain it, there's no need. But here's what, when I went and thought I was seeing this doctor that prescribed it, I didn't get him. I got a female doctor, and she just come in and put her pad down and said, well, we did, and I did. I managed to get a little urine when I went back to urgent care. This woman saw me there, a week ago, 2 weeks maybe, what's today. Anyway, she said, no, you don't have that. Can you believe this? Somebody shut them up because it was bacterial, and I'm not going to go any further. That's my ear and the loss and my bladder and all this. So now then, she said to me, well, you don't have that. I showed her the pills. She said, you should throw those away. And I thought, like hell, I'm going to throw them away. I don't like anything that's going on here. And you have to go in my past what's been done to me, okay? And me writing a book and being on YouTube and all this. I've suffered a lot. More than you can believe, me and my family for. And I was kidnapped. That's all true. And anyway, my doctor, I'm not going to mention her name. I've had her since 2009. She got to 2 doctors, and I have to be referred. My insurance has that she has to refer me to a specialist, And so anyway, this doctor that I saw the other day, I went back and I thought I was saw the doctor that prescribed this at urgent care. And she said, well, you should throw those away. And I thought, no, I'm not. Oh, I'm going to keep them because this is all a bunch of bull. And what'd she say? She said, but I can prescribe for you a prescription for muscle relaxers. I thought, lady, I am in pain. I'm 80 years old. My medicine's been cut down the Nambutan for inflammation to squat, and all this is going on. And by the way, I went to the emergency room, and I don't go that often. I went to urgent care because of I couldn't get to her and the stuff. It was winter, and the roofing they were doing was making me sick and the inflammation worse. And found out I have the bacterial bladder, and I've still got the ear bacterial. And where am I now? I don't know. Anyway, for her to come out and tell me this nurse, which one nurse, I guess she's a doctor, she barely even spoke to me. So somebody sure got to somebody, didn't they, for some kind of reason, and I kind of get the gist of it. I wanted to put it up because this doctor that I'm speaking of that prescribed this for bladder bacterial told the truth. And, I mean, my God, he didn't prescribe that and it could cause death. I know I needed it, and I didn't get it. There could have been another pill. That's the reason I went back to her. I thought I was getting him, if you can understand that. I saw him, then I saw my primary care, who this whole mess is about, and then I went back to urgent care, thought I was seeing him, and thought maybe he could give me another pill that wasn't, that I could take. I couldn't take this one. And, but that's all I was going to say here. Maybe you won't get my point, but anyway. Now then, I did have a video. I had one that was a little better made than this, but all this trouble with the internet and me, there's some other stuff that I can't say at the moment, I found out. So, guess I can. No, I won't. So where was I going with this? I've got my ears. I can't hear, can't talk hardly. The television doesn't work all day and yesterday and so forth. That's the only outlet I have, really, is the TV. I can't read. My eyes are bad. I'm old. So what else do I have to say tonight? Because I don't know if this will go up. I'm shocked that I even got back on YouTube. I was supposed to be shut down and all kinds of stuff wrong. Anyway. Well, my phone was cloned. And that's all I'm going to say. And this phone is not the one that I had. It's a look-alike. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Hopefully I'll get the video up for whatever reason. And I did want to say this. I said, God bless Julian Assage. Because I'm English. He's Aussie. He has told the absolute truth. And if there's ever a hero, he's it. His crime was telling the truth just like mine. And I have had an email from him on my Facebook page it went up on. It was I don't know if he photographed it. It was from him. And I had, years ago, when I started on Facebook and YouTube,